When it comes to dark thrillers, I was never thinking that Lamb could have such an intriguing premise without being creepy until it becomes very odd, and I strongly suggest you check it out, not only because it's beautiful, but because it leaves you thinking.
오늘 기분 없고도
The story revolves around a married couple that lives on a farm in remote Iceland. Their seemingly normal life gets disrupted by a discovery. The premise is very cool, and I don't want to spoil anything for you, so I will be very thin on the details of the plot, but I don't need to talk about the plot. This movie has a lot to digest. It is a very small cast, headed by Noomi Rapace. If you've seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Alien prequels Prometheus, you'll know who she is. She's an amazing actress and she delivers everything that needs to be seen, but I feel that this movie is completely taken over by an amazing landscape. Iceland is wonderful, mysterious, and it really is a character on its own in this film. The couple in this very interesting story is almost going on autopilot. They go around their life without talking much to each other. They seem to be very proficient at what they do, but there isn't anything that brings something to their life until they have that discovery. Eventually, a different character arrives to the story, and it's that third character I'm talking about that kind of is a disruptor, but also brings a bit of reality to this very awkward, mysterious, and out of this world situation. And the characters are played wonderfully by all of the actors. For me, the score is great. The cinematography is just wonderful and it really takes advantage of that landscape. And the interesting part is these characters live on a farm away from our traditional connections with internet, cell phones, technology. And I like that. It's almost like a trip back in time. And I understand people still live like this, but it's just interesting to see a movie where technology doesn't play a big role in how the plot develops. That's very refreshing. The other cool aspect of this is that when the movie finishes, you still have a mental exercise to try to figure out what exactly transpired in the movie, if what you saw and did happened, and this mental exercise that keeps the movie cooking, it's really interesting, and that's the kind of movie I really want to see because it still delivers entertainment and a philosophical exercise way after you have finished watching it. Also, I always enjoy the cultural aspects of how other people in other cultures live, and I feel the movie delivers on that as well because it shows not your typical Icelandic couple, but what would farm life and rural life in Iceland would look like because it's isolated, very mysterious. It's almost like a folk tale because of the mist and the surrounding mountains and some of the lines of dialogue that hint at the fact that the movie asks of you as the audience to break your suspension of disbelief a tiny bit because of the theme in the movie is not precisely what is happening and how it's happening, but just imagine that it is happening and let the story tell you what could unravel. I enjoyed that a lot. And the movie really explicitly tells you, hey, just don't try to think too much about it and think of this more like a tale that's happening in front of you. Altogether, Lamb is a slow burn and I feel it's not the movie for everybody. Those that will enjoy this film will understand how close this movie is to my kind of filmmaking because the movie doesn't tell you much, but it shows you a lot. So as the audience, you will have to discover things about the characters, their past, their relationships, through their actions and their interactions, rather than through lines of dialogue. I feel that is the kind of filmmaking that is meaty and that requires a mental process afterwards to string all of the dots together to have a full picture. The movie does require special effects, and in each one of the special effects shots, the movie is outstanding. Not at a single point I could tell the little break between reality and virtual effects and the special effects. And I think it's a mix of both digital and practical effects that accomplish the few very cool shots. And of course, at the end of the film, there's this punch that you'll receive. It's a drama and a thriller that perhaps doesn't have the ending that the audience is expecting. So the ending really is well developed and you know it is coming. You just don't know how it will get there. Lamb was a delight, and I would really like to know what you thought about it. My name is Jim from Get Me More, and you know where to find me. Thank you for watching.